Yes, sir. This is where I usually start my walk every day. That's my parking spot right there. Now, sometimes, during the winter, I'll extend this walk. So if you go that way, maybe another mile back that way, I'll start along the beach. They've improved the beach that way about a year ago. So see how I feel after this, and then we may walk over there. These apartments are kind of cool. It's an older building. They renovated it. There's a lot of expats there. There's a courtyard in the middle. They have a few restaurants in there. Some of them are pretty good. There's a bicycle rental shop there also. This is a marina and some buildings. They're still working on it, trying to come up with something. So this is where the walk usually starts. So this is where all the cat ladies congregate. This place is nothing but a giant cat box. And maybe later, you'll have a bunch of people feeding the cats around here, and they come out of all the crevices. You'll have 100 cats, and it smells like a freaking cat box. Now, I will say this is probably the best spot in all of Kuwait for sunsets. I started this walk a little early so I can have some sunlight for you guys in the video. Usually when I start my walk, the sun is right around the level of the buildings. So if you give it another 30 minutes, that sun will be a lot less intense. It'll be down there, kind of like halfway down through the buildings, and it'll look pretty cool. So we're continuing our walk. This is the building I was describing. They have a little grassy area here for your dogs. I've rode my skateboard through there, and you're guaranteed to run into dog poop. And then there's another dude or a couple guys that live there that ride those one-wheel things. So basically this is where the science center kind of starts, over there where I parked. And then all along here you have these little scientific things. You got some, like for kids. It's a science center for kids, so. These little shades are kind of nice. They're older, but still work. You have some astronomy stuff here. I never really paid attention to it. I know some guys like setting up their telescopes. I think some of those buildings align with celestial stuff. And you got a periscope there. And this is what you do with it. It's like I said, it's for kids mostly. Out there you have the Kuwait Towers and the skyline. So this is the entrance to the Science Center, the old section. On the other side of the building, they are expanding it. I know there's a theater in there, but like I said, I haven't really been in there, so. And then here we have a car with a lever, and people tend to hang from the chains. Tells you right there, safety instructions. Don't make a noose out of the chains and put your head through it. So this walk I usually do takes roughly 3 hours, an hour 15, hour and 20 one direction, and then I'll get something to eat or drink or whatever. Or I'll go and eat Lulu's and get a coconut water or whatever. Turn around, come back. I'll do a lap around the Little Manila area, That's where all the buhais, all the Filipinas kind of hang out. Actually, it's a mixture of Filipinos and Indians, and anyhow, so there's that. This building here is kind of cool. It's curved, and when the sun hits it just right, it's like a big mirror. So it can burn you. Here we have the new Science Center. So they've been working on this for about a year now. So what you see here is a sewage discharge, and they have them spaced out, I don't know, every quarter mile. There'll be another one down there, but they follow this entire gulf around, and it's just raw sewage, and it's been in the news. They have some of those around their beaches as well. It's been in the news that you know, the beaches are unsafe or whatever, so they said they fixed it, but really all they do is throw a bunch of bleach into the sewage. And you can tell when they're having issues because you can smell it. It's horrible. It's horrible. I think it's kind of hilarious though. I mean, the Filipinos and the Indians, they have to know as well, but they typically will go out there and stand on the very end and fish. And they'll fish off the end of those pipes. It's probably not good spot to be fishing. This road over here is Gulf Road, and that new like bike path, walk path, all the way out there by the Kuwait Towers at the very end, it goes around that corner, and I mean, it's planned apparently to go the entire length of the city basically. This is a section they have not got to, so I imagine the way they're going, maybe 2026 they'll start on it, unless they really double down this winter or something. But they haven't even, I don't think they're gonna fuck with this for another year. It's a cool looking boat. It's got like a taxi theme to it. First time I've seen that one. Sometimes the Coast Guard will like park their ships out here. You also see them drive around at night in a, I don't know, probably something like 30 or 40 feet, kind of like a speedboat deal, tactical boat. Sometimes they'll have their lights on, sometimes they'll be off, but I guess they're just running up and down here. They'd have to have like night vision goggles because you can't see shit some of these nights. It's completely dark, but you can hear them. And I guess they're, I don't know, patrolling for drug boats or something. It's also pretty cool to see the jet skis. Them guys are crazy. They also ride them around at night, which is also very crazy because when it's completely dark, I mean, sometimes we have no moon out or whatever, and it's like, it's pitch black out there. And they'll be riding a jet ski all through there. There's, you know, fishermen out there, and a lot of times they're in a group of boats and they don't have their lights on, or you'll see a little flashlight or whatever. But there'll be dudes like rolling through here on jet skis, and I'm like, you can't see shit in the middle of the dark on a jet ski. That, and I've seen the jet skis, them guys will beach them too. Like they'll run up, not here, but farther that way. There's areas where people like to ride around on them things, and when the tide goes out, like sometimes it'll go way out there, and it'll happen in an hour. And I've seen those jet skis just like left. They'll be left out here, you know, a couple hundred feet off the edge, and I guess they just come back and get them later. I don't know. So over the course of 2 years walking through here, I've noticed that sewage pipe here has completely fallen apart. It's disintegrated little bit by little bit. Every time I walk by, more pieces missing. Here we have Babel, pretty upscale restaurant. Oftentimes you'll see Ferraris and stuff parked over there. We are approaching the Marina Mall, that is. So yeah, the Babel restaurant and then the Science Center right there. We started behind the Science Center. So it took about 45 minutes to get here. This is the Marina Mall is right over there. And on this beach, I've seen them host a few different events. They had some sort of concert here one time, and then they had like a horse riding venue going on. They have a skate park right over there. That guy's kids, I guess, ride skateboards and bicycles, like BMX bikes. So we made it to the Marina Mall here. What we're gonna do in a few minutes is go through the mall, go across the bridge to the main mall. This is mostly restaurants here, but I guess the main mall is on the other side of the road. We're gonna walk through there and then out the other end. So I was thinking to myself, I need to do a whole video on my employer and just the good and the bad. I'm probably not going to get into that right now, but I just wanted to say, during my 2 years in Kuwait, the guys that I work with, they've all left, basically. They've changed out an entire crew almost. The only people that are left, when I came in 2 years ago, basically management. And I mean, they were shorthanded. They were the maintainers for these 3 C-130s were shorthanded pretty much the entire time I've been here. And in the last 2 months, a few guys have gone. So they already had a small crew. They probably only had 3 or 4 mechanics. They're probably down to 2 mechanics, I swear. It's insane. And then their QC manager, he's leaving at the end of the year. A couple guys had moved their departure forward. They were talking about, oh, I'm gonna leave at the end of the year. And one dude just left, went back to Thailand. I don't blame him, right? So I think their management with that company, Vertex, B2X, their management was really good. It's just the country, you know, a lot of people can't, it's not horrible, but it's not great. And, you know, we're used to better places like Thailand, Poland. One dude's going to Poland. He has a wife and a house over there in Poland. I don't blame the guy, right? So the other guy, he's going to Saudi. You know, more money. That's another thing. If you're making only 100-ish in Kuwait, that's not enough. That's not nearly enough. That's, you know, my pay wasn't enough, and I was making just a smidge over that. So, but my employer did take care of me. So, and it is very hot, middle of the summer. So if you're leaving Kuwait because of the climate, I understand that. I mean, I couldn't do it. I've done it before in Qatar, and you're talking white guys get skin cancer. Dude, I got so brown. I got burnt like every day. I had coon eyes from the sunglasses. I had coon eyes, man. People were looking at me like, what the fuck? Yeah, so it's like an oven. And unless you grew up around here, you're Arab, you got the genes, the Middle Eastern genes, or if you're Indian, or if you're African, like white people, you have a hard time adapting to this shit. So I'm good with the AC. So this is the marina I was talking about, called Marina Mall, because you have a marina and a mall. I don't know why they did it that way, but we're gonna walk in here, go across the bridge. Here's that bridge I was talking about. When I first got here, I looked into this tower. I forgot what it's called, Levels or something. It's like they're extended stays. You can rent them as an apartment. They're fully furnished. But what I was told is they're like corporate apartments, extended stay rooms type deal. Pretty nice though. So we made it through the mall. It's kind of boring, just the mall. You usually take these stairs down and then we'll walk out there across the road, past Lulu's, another mall, and then we'll get some footage of the Manila area. This is the intersection I was talking about us crossing. Me and my viewers, let's hold hands while we cross the road. This jumps on a bicycle. Ice cream man. Ice cream. Ice cream. That is another mall. Salem Mall. The entire time I've been here, they've done nothing with this parking garage. This building over here, they built, or not completely, half of it was started and it's still not finished. Looks like some very slow progress. I think the parking garage is a part of it. A giant mall with apartments on top is what it looks like to me. They did just finish this building here, brand new. Walking by this brand new tower. This is the Adidas in Samia, and I hear that has the best prices for Adidas. It's over here by all the Filipinos, so naturally the lowest prices, I guess. Up here, Ambassador Supermarket. Again, most of it, I guess it's all Filipino food in there. And then to the right on the end, I'll show you where I buy my SIM cards. So this store right here, part of the same Ambassador Supermarket. That's where they sell a bunch of SIM cards. So we made it to the Little Manila. Bam. Jollibee, naturally next to Little Manila. Jollibee, they go hand in hand. So it's kind of early still, maybe another hour or two. Still being the weekend, everyone's gonna flock out here, just kind of hang out. So if you want to ship anything, you have Sky Cargo here. Bam, they're more expensive. I used the one next to it, Makati Express. I'll walk by here in a second. These ones here, Makati Express. Better prices, much better prices. And I've shipped 6 items to the Philippines. They've been really helpful. They've picked up the items. I don't know, I was talking to some of the Filipino guys. One of them is basically our neighbor. And if you have to ship anything to the Philippines, they sell you the boxes. You're gonna get the best price on everything. And for a bicycle, for example, I shipped, I think it cost $60 to ship the bicycle. Now, that's very cheap because FedEx wants like $1,000 or $1,500 to ship to the US. Philippines is gonna be a lot cheaper to ship to. They will ship to the US, this Makati Express. Again, you're gonna be paying a lot more than the Philippines. But we're halfway down this little Manila area. During the winter months, they set up some stuff here in the middle. I think it's all new, but they're just little shops, clothing and stuff. Right there, that's where I usually eat my sisig. And last time I had some halo halo, it was pretty tasty there as well. Taxis line up here. You can grab a taxi. They're always bugging. You want to go here? You want to go there? Like, no, I'm walking. This McDonald's, usually eat in there. There is another supermarket called Holiday. Coming up to it. One of their cashiers in here will rip you off. Like, intentionally gives you the wrong change. The little Indian guy. And I just don't go there anymore. Holiday Inn hypermarket. Maybe I will go in there. Hold on. My Buko.
Ay, pipicturan ko pala yan. Para dyan lang ako.
And here we have the Korean supermarket in a dark alleyway. So that's the end down there of Little Manila. Joy Tea, don't ever go there. They ripped me off too. These buildings here, these are malls you can go inside. They're real shitty malls. So now we are walking in the direction back to the car. The Mabuhais, Little Manila are that way. Here's the Al Salam Mall. Right here, this thing. We gotta cross the road. Gotta go through the other mall, Marina Mall. Back over the bridge. Back outside the other end of the mall. And then walk along the Gulf Road coast to the Science Center. Around the Science Center to the Jeep. So from here, it's about an hour and 15. So we're here at the Marina Mall again, the taxis. Sometimes I continue walking all the way straight, and there's some restaurants down there, maybe 2 or 3 miles down that way, and then I'll cross over the Gulf Road. This time, instead of going inside the mall, I'm going to walk around the outside of the mall, which is a way I take just to avoid all the traffic in there. So sometimes you can park here as well, instead of trying to find parking underground in the mall. And then on the other side of the parking lot over there is a bicycle dealer that sells Treks. I think he also sells those one wheels. Prices are outrageous. You have to basically, to get a fair price or sticker price, you have to buy a bicycle when it's on sale. So wait for one of the holidays, and then you can get a bike that's like sticker price instead of getting ripped.